The first time I seriously thought about disappearing, it was because of an email that started with, "Just circling back." That smiley face almost ended me. Not in a dramatic way, not movie style, just slowly, quietly, like water filling a room one drop at a time while nobody notices you drowning. It was 2:17 a.m. The office was dark except for my monitor and the vending machine glowing in the corner like some exhausted little lighthouse for corporate prisoners. Everyone else had gone home hours ago, but my manager stayed online. That green status dot beside her name felt evil every few minutes. Any update? Need this ASAP. Client is waiting. Just a quick revision. People who say quick revision should honestly be investigated by the government. I rubbed my eyes so hard I saw colors. My phone buzzed. Mom. 3 missed calls. I forgot it was her birthday. Again. I stared at the screen while guilt crawled into my throat like broken glass. Then another Slack notification appeared over her contact. And somehow, I clicked the work message first. That's when I realized the job wasn't just taking my time anymore. It was eating the parts of me that made me human. I leaned back in my chair and looked around the office. Rows of empty desks, cold coffee cups, jackets hanging over chairs like abandoned skin. And suddenly the whole place looked terrifying. Like a factory designed to process human beings into emotionless little productivity machines. The craziest part? 6 months earlier, this job was my dream. When they hired me, I posted the offer letter on Instagram. My friends congratulated me. My dad sounded proud for the first time in years. Big company, he kept telling relatives. Real career. I believed it too. I thought success would feel cinematic, like becoming the main character. Instead, it felt like slowly becoming furniture. At first, the overtime didn't bother me. Then the skipped lunches started. Then weekends stopped feeling like weekends. Then one morning, I realized I hadn't listened to music in months, because silence during my commute was the only peace I had left. People think burnout arrives dramatically. It doesn't. It arrives through tiny betrayals. You stop calling friends back. You stop sleeping properly. You stop cooking. You stop laughing naturally. You start saying, "After this week, things will calm down." And then suddenly it's 2 years later. I opened Reddit to distract myself before crying in the office bathroom. Huge mistake. A thread was trending. What's the clearest sign your job was destroying you? I started reading, and every comment felt like somebody had secretly installed cameras inside my life. Give feedback, I locked my phone immediately. Because once somebody describes your pain perfectly, you can't pretend anymore. My manager called me into a meeting the next morning. No greeting, no "how are you," just, "We need more from you." More. That word almost made me laugh. Because I had already given them everything. Birthdays, sleep, relationships, peace of mind. I hadn't taken a real vacation in 18 months. My eye kept twitching from stress. I developed chest pains so often Google started suggesting heart attack symptoms before I even finished typing. And they still wanted more. We need people who are truly committed. Committed. Such a funny corporate word. Sounds inspirational. Actually means, destroy yourself for this company or we'll replace you. I nodded through the meeting while something strange happened inside me. Not anger, not sadness, clarity, like waking up from hypnosis. For the first time, I looked at my manager and realized something horrifying. She wasn't happy either. None of them were. The executives looked exhausted. The senior employees looked emotionally dead. Even the successful people walked around clutching caffeine like life support. Everybody here was sacrificing their entire existence for promotions that only bought them slightly nicer ways to remain miserable. That afternoon, I went into the bathroom and stared at myself under fluorescent lights. I looked older than I should have. Not physically, spiritually, like life had been sanding pieces off me every day. Then my phone buzzed again. A memory notification. A video from 3 years ago. Me dancing terribly at a friend's wedding. Laughing so hard I could barely breathe. I watched it 3 times. That guy in the video felt like a stranger. I couldn't remember the last time I laughed like that. Actually laughed. Not polite office laughter. Not LOL typed into Slack. Real laughter. The kind that makes your stomach hurt. And suddenly I got scared. Not of quitting. Of staying. Because I realized if I stayed long enough, this version of me would become permanent. The tired version. The numb version. The version who checks emails before speaking to family. The version who survives instead of lives. At 6:43 p.m., my manager walked over smiling. That smile managers use right before ruining your evening. Before you head out, I already knew. You'll need to stay late tonight. Something inside me snapped. Not loudly, quietly, like a chain finally giving up after being pulled too tight for too long. I looked around the office. Everyone pretending to work enthusiastically while secretly dying inside. Keyboard sounds, fake conversations, artificial urgency. An entire room full of people sacrificing their lives for PowerPoint presentations nobody would remember in 6 months. And suddenly, the absurdity of it all hit me so hard, I almost laughed. My manager kept talking. Deadlines, expectations, commitment. I didn't hear most of it, because another thought had entered my brain and completely taken over. If I don't leave now, this place will become my whole life. I stood up slowly. My manager stopped talking. I can't do this anymore. Silence. You mean tonight? No, I mean this job. For a second, she genuinely looked confused, like the concept of choosing yourself over work didn't compute. Then came the corporate guilt tactics. You're making an emotional decision. You're under pressure. You don't want to throw away your future. Future. That place was throwing away my future. One exhausted day at a time. I looked at my monitor, at the spreadsheets, at the endless notifications, at the little green online status circles controlling everyone's lives. And I realized something. Nobody was going to save me except me. Not HR, not managers, not motivational LinkedIn posts, nobody. If I wanted my life back, I had to take it myself. So I closed the laptop, took my badge off, and walked out. No dramatic music, no applause, just silence. The elevator ride down felt unreal, like escaping prison. Outside, the city air hit my face cold and sharp. People were laughing outside bars. Cars moved through glowing streets. Somewhere nearby, music was playing. And for the first time in years, the night didn't belong to my job anymore. My phone started exploding immediately. Calls, messages, emails. I ignored all of them. Then another notification appeared. Mom. A text. Hope you're okay. Love you. And right there on the sidewalk, surrounded by strangers, traffic, and city noise, I started crying harder than I had in years. because I finally understood something. I wasn't weak for breaking down. I was exhausted from pretending I wasn't breaking at all.